GPS navigation system after 4 people got lost and stuck in the snow for 16 hours.
They were a group of friends from Washougal and Vancouver. They were trying to get to Bagby Hot Springs, but Chris Holmstrom says they ended up in Elk Lake.
You're panicking immediately because you're thinking nobody will ever find us.
Worst case scenarios going through Eddie Nix's head as he and his friends were stranded in the Mount Hood National Forest.
I'm thinking about all the little horror stories you hear about people getting stranded and not getting out of there, and freezing to death.
He tells me they were on their way to the Bagby Hot Springs and using their OnStar GPS.
I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about this, but she must know what she's talking about.
But instead of listening to his gut feeling, they kept going.
And she told us to turn right, and when we turned right to start going up this other road, I saw that there weren't any tire tracks.
They immediately tried to turn around. Then this happened.
So that's where we were stranded, in the ditch, buried down.
Stranded in the middle of the forest, complete darkness, temps dropping into the teens. I asked if they had anything to keep them warm. He tells me a few small blankets, towels, and about half a tank of gas they had to use sparingly.
So we just decided to hunker down for the night there and deal with it at daylight and see if we could get to somewhere where we could get some kind of phone service.
So that's what they did. The next morning, his friend Bob hiked about a quarter of a mile up the hill. That's where he finally got service to call 911.
Hi, we're trapped in the snow.
Okay, where are you?
I am not quite sure.
You're not sure?
After trying to explain the location, the phone signal drops.
She did say they're on their way, right?
Yeah. But thankfully, after several attempts, they finally got through. And 16 hours later, help was on the way.
Now, I spoke with the deputies in that area, and they tell me during this time of year, it's very important to be overly cautious. It's always helpful to have a backup map just in case you have no service for your GPS. And if you're concerned about roads, you can always call the National Forest Service and your local sheriff's offices. Back to you in the studio.